what kind of things would you do as a freshman that you would
Mm.
think to yourself like why like no, this is not productive, this is not okay, this is kind of uh not serious. You're not taking things seriously enough. Is there anything that you would say like that you
Okay, so I can like, I mean, I could bring up a couple examples, right? Like, so for example, I won't say the grades necessarily, but so like take freshman spring, um, where I took 12 credits, and this was, so like, mind you, this was literally three actual classes and then one credit class. If I did that now, I absolutely would have like grinded more on it. But like I didn't because I just thought like I could get away with it. I only have 12 credits. Like I could do I could do whatever I wanted to do, to succeed in those classes. But I didn't. I didn't put in that same kind of effort that I would have now. Um Also that semester I dropped a class because like Tony, I literally did not study for it. I didn't study for the midterm. So I dropped it. Like
Mhm.
that's just not stuff that I
Yeah,
would do now.
that's so
I wouldn't
unimaginable.
drop a class. Yeah, like it's just like what did you think? You would just know what, I don't know, fossil was like. Oh God, what was I talking? What was I? It was some history of humans, like anthropology class,
Mhm.
and I just didn't study for the midterm, did terribly, and I was like, all right, time to drop it. No, like I should have studied for
Damn.
it. What was I thinking?
Yeah, you thought maybe were you kind of underestimating anthropology as a CS major? Were you like throwing shade at like how easy it could be?
I don't even know. I think I was just, it wasn't a priority, and I just thought, like I just thought that I could learn everything, and the test could be, what's a human or something. Like no.
Yeah.
The test is actually going to test you about stuff that you learned in class. I
Mhm.
forget if I actually went to class that time. Probably not, but like the most studying that I did was like the night before, and I barely studied in the sense that like I went to my friend and she said, this is what this means. Like kind of explaining things that, could give me some sort of a hack on the exam.
Mhm.
And then we went to take the exam, and then just I didn't know what I was doing. And honestly, if I'd studied a little bit more, like at least for the last like 3 days, I would have done miles better and I wouldn't have to drop the class. Um,
Yeah. To be
so
fair
I
though,
think
you
like
had
that's
data
like one of the
structures
things.
though. To
I
be
did
fair, that
have
was
data. Oh,
wait, was that data structures that semester? It was,
that
right?
was data structures. That was also Lineld.
Oh my
So
God.
bad. It
Oh my God.
was
Okay,
data structures with that professor. Like, I mean, so I won't go into detail, but it was not good. Like it wasn't.
I still
And I
remember
don't
linear
know what I was
algebra.
thinking.
Linear algebra where the average was a 44 on the
Oh,
exam
you
and the
took that class with
professor,
me.
yeah, I took it with you. I remember. And the professor was like, if you got a 44, that's average, you're doing great.
I think yeah, I definitely got a little bit below average, but I was like 44. Like, come, at that point, you don't even want your students to learn. You just want them to fail. Like, what? So
Yeah.
bizarre. I
Yeah.
don't know. But yeah, that's just like one example that comes up. And uh future Sunny would definitely tell past Sunny, like, put some time into your classes. They
Mhm.
go by fast.